All right, let's talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, but is happening right now. You know all those AI tools we're using to be more productive? ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity? Well, they have a new, kind of unbelievable vulnerability, and it all starts with a symbol you probably use every single day.
I know, right? It seems impossible. Could this simple little symbol, the hashtag, actually be used to hack your entire business? Well, the answer, believe it or not, is yes. And we're going to break down exactly how this new threat, this hacker in the hashtag, actually works.
Look, there's no question AI tools are changing the game for us. They summarize things, they speed up our work. They're amazing. But as they get smarter, they also open up these new, unexpected doors for attackers. And that brings us to a very new and frankly, very clever threat. So this isn't just theory. Researchers over at a company called Cato Networks have documented it, and they've given it a name that's perfect for a spy thriller, Hashjack. It's a really slick technique that uses the one part of a URL that most systems are built to completely ignore, and it uses it to secretly feed commands to your AI assistant. Okay, so how on earth does a hashtag actually execute a hack? Well, it all comes down to a really basic difference in how old school websites and these brand new AI tools read the exact same web address. It basically creates a totally invisible command channel. Here it is. This is the heart of the whole thing. For like decades, anything in a URL that came after the hashtag was just for your local browser. The web server on the other end, it never even saw that part. But the new AI assistants, they're totally different. They're designed to be helpful, so they scan the entire URL, including that hidden part after the hashtag, looking for instructions. It's like a secret, invisible note attached to the link that only the AI can read. So let's walk through what an actual attack looks like. First, you get a link, and it looks perfectly fine, so you click it. Step 2, a totally normal, harmless-looking web page loads on your screen. Everything seems fine. But here's what's happening in the background. Your AI assistant is secretly reading hidden commands from that URL fragment. And those commands could be anything, telling it to summarize sensitive data on the page and send it to a hacker, or even to start downloading malware. You would have no idea. And this is what makes Hashjack so incredibly dangerous. Think about it this way. Your company's firewall is like a security guard watching the highway for dangerous cars. But with this attack, the malicious instructions are already inside your car. Because the commands exist only in your browser, they never travel over the network. They never touch the server, and that makes them completely invisible to most of the security tools we rely on. So yeah, this is not just some theoretical problem. This invisible threat can cause very real, very expensive damage to a business. And it all starts with just a single, innocent-looking click. So what kind of damage are we really talking about? Well, just imagine your AI assistant quietly summarizing and leaking your secret pricing sheets, your client contracts, or your customer lists. It could steal data right from your internal sales dashboards. It could even be the first step in a major ransomware attack. And here's the kicker. When your security team goes to investigate what happened, they find nothing. Zero security logs. It's a ghost. This quote from the research really just hits the nail on the head, because your employees are telling the truth. They didn't click on anything weird. The link worked. It took them to the page they expected. And that's what makes this so incredibly frustrating for IT teams trying to figure out how the heck a breach even happened in the first place. Okay, that's the problem. It's sneaky, it's serious, but it is absolutely not hopeless. So let's pivot right now and talk about a clear, actionable playbook for how you can actually stay ahead of this threat. It really boils down to 4 key strategies. We've got educating your team, putting some limits on where these AI tools can be used, keeping everything updated, and for those who really need it, implementing some more advanced security. First things first, your frontline defense is your people. You have to train your team to have a new kind of awareness. They've got to understand that even perfectly normal-looking links can hide instructions. Teach them to be just a little bit suspicious, especially if they see a link with a hashtag followed by a long, random-looking string of text. Next up, you need to create what I like to call no AI zones. Most of these browser assistants have a simple switch to turn them off for specific websites. So make it a clear company policy. AI helpers get turned off when you're on banking sites, in your CRM, on HR portals, or browsing internal company wikis. No exceptions. It's that simple. All right, this next one sounds so simple, but it is absolutely critical. The companies that make these AI browsers, they know about these problems, and they are moving fast to release patches. So honestly, one of the easiest and best things you can do is just keep your browser and all its extensions updated. That's where the fixes are. And finally, for larger businesses that need that next level of protection,
The best defense is a tool that doesn't just watch network traffic, but actually monitors user behavior right inside the browser. These more advanced systems can spot strange actions and can even be set up to automatically strip out those dangerous URL fragments before the AI assistant even gets a chance to see them.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that these new AI tools are incredibly powerful, no doubt about it. They're changing how we all work for the better. But with that power comes new, totally unforeseen risks. Hashtag is the perfect example of how innovation can accidentally create these new cybersecurity blind spots that we have to be ready for. And that really leaves us with one final big question to think about. As these AI systems get more powerful, more complex, and more woven into everything we do, what other invisible threats like this one are we completely missing right now?